What's going on, everyone? CJ back here with another episode of the Madden 23 Cupcake Relocation Franchise. Need a big bounce back game here in week 6 after we yet again fell to our AFC South division rivals, the Indianapolis Colts, 34-27. I don't know if you guys watched that game, but it was just heartbreaking. We went into the locker room up 21 or 20-7, and we only scored a touchdown. 27 points is what we finished with. We only scored a touchdown after that game. So need a big bounce back game here. I don't know what it is about the Indianapolis Colts and why we cannot seem to beat them, but anybody who's been watching this series in its entirety knows that we have never beaten the Indianapolis Colts. But if there is any team that we can have a bounce back game against, I think that it is the Jaguars, because complete opposite, we've only lost to the Jaguars once and we have beaten them every single other time. So I feel confident about this one, and if we can win this, we will be back atop the AFC South, probably tied with the Tennessee Titans, and we want to make sure we keep pace with them. So when it comes to the Jaguars, yes, they still have Trevor Lawrence, and I think that we are going to go, you know what, we're going to try something new. I rarely do defend medium pass. This could be the worst mistake of my life, but I just feel like we're always getting beat in that medium side of the field, and if old Trevor Lawrence starts torching us too much, or the run game gets going too much, I'll switch it at halftime. Offensive game plan, we're going to go throw it deep. We did running as our game plan last week in the hopes that we could have Don Fitzpatrick get a really good game, and the complete opposite happened. Don Fitzpatrick had the worst game of his career, and unfortunately, I think some of that has to do with probably Madden logic, because, you know, choosing to do run inside or vice versa, choosing to do run outside, it just makes the blocking completely terrible with the other running scheme, the other running concept. So that might have something to do with it. So maybe if we just do a passing focus as our game plan here, the running game will be unaffected, and the old Dom train can have himself a bounce back game. Taking a look at some of our player stats so far in this early NFL season, Damon Sanders having a fine year in his sophomore campaign. He is 5th in the league in total passing yards at just a little over 1,600. Interceptions, I would like to see that down a bit, of course, but the completion percentage is 71%. He is tied with good old Pat Mahomes himself for the highest completion percentage in the NFL. Don Fitzpatrick in the rushing game. Up until last week, it was really good. And then last week, Dom averaged a whopping grand total of 1.1 yard per carry on 15 attempts. I will let you do the math on how many yards he had, because I certainly don't want to. Khalid Kramer, fellow Miami Hurricane teammate, also having a decent season, found the end zone twice, so that is good to see. Receiving, T. Higgins was just starting to emerge as the superstar wide receiver that he is. Unfortunately, the guy just can't stay healthy. He has missed now 3 games so far in this campaign. Bruce Joyner also hurt. He comes back next week. We're going to have to wait 2 more games, unfortunately, until we get T. Higgins back. But John Mechie, McCole Hardman, they have stepped up pretty good in the absence of some of our superstar wide receivers. So at least some of the other guys are contributing, which is always good to see. And then taking a look at the defensive side of the ball, we have Greedy Williams playing a Pro Bowl caliber type of season with 4 interceptions already.
Wow.
Keegan McGriff also with 2, so that's good. Aside from those 2 guys, though, nobody has gotten their mitts on the pigskin. And then taking a look at sacks, we really haven't been able to generate too much pressure, so we're going to have to amp that up a little bit. Maybe going against Trevor Lawrence, I don't think the Jags offensive line is too good. Maybe we can add to some of those numbers, because no one's really stepping up and being a game wrecker in the backfield. We know the Jags pretty well by now, but we'll just take a quick peek at their roster, see if anything's changed. Of course, Trevor Lawrence is still here, now his 4th year in this franchise. He is still a superstar development player, and they also got two quarterbacks, 2 auto-generated quarterbacks. So it looks like the Jags drafted a quarterback in back-to-back drafts. Not really sure the logic behind that. I'm curious, this guy Steve House, I'm curious to see when they actually took him. And what? They took him in the 2nd round. So not sure what you're doing there. Doug Peterson and the Jags. You got Trevor Lawrence. So why are you out here drafting quarterbacks with high draft picks? Running, they still got James Robinson and they still got Travis Etienne Jr. So the Clemson connection will still be there. Gabe Neighbors is the fullback. Wide receivers, nobody really too great. They got Christian Kirk, who is very good, #1 option. But aside from him, they got Zay Jones. They got Traquan Smith. Glenn Rabb is injured, the 2-year man, so nobody really, and also this guy too, McGowan. So the Jags are only going to really have 3 wide receivers suiting up, so that's going to be very interesting. Evan Ingram, now a superstar, and 2-year man now from Stanford, Andrew Singer, are going to be the tight ends. Offensive line, not one of their strong suits. They got Cam Robinson as their left tackle. They got Ben Barch as the left guard. Center, Luke Fortner. So the left side and the middle of that offensive line, not good at all. Brandon Scherf, easily their best offensive lineman and maybe even their best player outside of Lawrence. And then Joshua Baker, the up-and-coming, it looks like, right tackle. So if there's ever going to be a game that we can amp up that pressure, like I said, and wreak some havoc in the backfield, hopefully it can be this one. Folo Fatukasi is the left end. Right end, they got Samson Ebukam. So defensive line, not really that much better. Devon Hamilton, the Ohio State Buckeye, he's okay, I guess. And then Daryl Fisher, another rookie D-tackle. We've seen quite a few of those so far. Former #1 overall pick Trayvon Walker out of Georgia is still here as the left linebacker. Foye Oluokun and Devin Lloyd, but he's injured, which is good because I remember the last couple times we played the Jags, I think Devin Lloyd had a pretty good game. So Mr. Muma, always fun to say that name, will be backing up Foye Oluokun as the Mike. Josh Allen, now a superstar X Factor. So Josh Allen, lots of double teams going to get thrown his way, definitely. He has caused some havoc against us in games past. Corners, okay, but nothing too crazy. I think we should be able to exploit them. Shaq Griffin and Christian Fulton are going to be on the outside. Tyson Campbell, auto-generated guy, Kevin Sherman. So nothing really too crazy. They got Andre Sisco as the free safety. Strong safety, Deshaun Elliott. So the secondary is weak, and I think that Damon Sanders can maybe have a field day. Richard Escobar, the rookie from Missouri, is their kicker. And of course, Logan Cook still here punting the ball away. Still at home here in CTS, so that's always good to see. Although I feel like, maybe it's just me, but I feel like we play better on the road. I'm not sure. Somebody fact check me on that one, but I just feel like we have more success on the road. But let's change that trend today. Let's get back to the top of this AFC South, and let's continue our reign against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So big game here, guys. Hope you're fired up. If you are, make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Like this video, share it with your friends, and without further ado, let's get down to Central Texas Stadium, CTS, and get ready for the game. Tyler Bass gonna kick this thing off here, and we are gonna get to see the Austin Armadillos defense first. Defense last week against Indy, they started out good. We did have an interception, and I believe I think we had a forced fumble. I know we've had a forced fumble in the past couple games. But yeah, the defense is what really needs to click today. I'm confident that our offense will do good. Trevor Lawrence having an okay season, about on par with Damon Sanders, I would say. A little less passing yards. But we know that Trevor Lawrence can get it going, and he can light it up at any given time. So he is going to come out to start things out in the gun formation here, which I assume, being Trevor Lawrence, that we'll see him in the gun quite often, as we typically do. He's got James Robinson to his right behind him, and going to be a drop back and a pass. It's a screen, and snuffed out beautifully by Jalen Burnett. Jalen Burnett, of course, our 2-year man out of Vanderbilt. His career hasn't progressed as much as I would have figured it would have, but to Jalen's credit, he was injured a lot last season, and he lost his star dev, which part of me wanted to give it back to him, but I'm not that kind of guy. I don't do that. So we'll leave him at normal. But, you know, Jalen Burnett still hoping he can be the anchor on this defensive line. So 2nd and 11, now same formation but flipped. So we're going to come out here in the nickel blitz again. As mentioned before, I really want to try to get some pressure, and we almost did. It's dumped off there and caught, but by Evan Ingram. but only for a gain of 2. A little aggressive here, but we're going dime blitz. Trevor Lawrence got 3 wide receivers out there, and I'm just going to try. I'm sending pressure this game, guys. Hold on to your britches because it is happening, and that is going to be Zay Jones with the nice completion. Lawrence picks it up in the face of pressure. We're going to have to watch out for Zay Jones because I recall in previous matchups against these Jags, I know that we called Zay Jones' name a lot. Dime blitz again. This could be bad. We might have to drop Robert Quinn out here in coverage, but not going to matter because it's going to be Travis Etienne who gets the ball, and Javon Hargrave meets him right at the line for no gain. So you love to see that. We're coming out blitz, but we're going to audible out of it. We're going to guess pass and also shade inside, and hopefully we can cover up the middle of this freaking field, which we did, and Lawrence was forced to throw it away. Not sure why Jason Verrett jumped for that because it was clearly going out of bounds. 3rd and 10 now, ball on the 44. Let's shade over top just so we don't get beat deep. Hopefully we can get the Jags offense off of the field here, and Lawrence was almost sacked. Somehow James Robinson caught it, but it's not going to matter because he is going to be wrestled down by Denzel Perryman, who had about 20-something tackles. Is the coach getting into it with somebody?
Bruh.
Whoa, I've never seen that animation in Madden. Doug Peterson was looking like he was about to square up with Denzel Perryman. And Doug, I hate to tell you, brother, but I think that you would probably lose that matchup. Refreshing, to say the least, to see Logan Cook coming out on after the first possession for the Jaguars, and he is going to kick this thing out of bounds from the 28 on the 28, so not going to be a good kick. So Damon Sanders, the bald-headed bullet, the UAB Blazer, QB number 1 of this Austin Armadillos team. 9-5, again, gotta try to cut down on some of those picks. He has had a couple games this season with none, but then he's also had a couple games where he had 2. Whether that be the fault of Mr. Sanders or the fault of Mr. Smalls, I will let you guys be the judge of that. And you know what? We came out draw, but already I like what the defense is showing me. And this could be a one-on-one Moss opportunity for McCole Hardman or Mechie. Going to put Michael Blount Jr. on a drag just in case. And if we can get it to McCole, and nice, McCole hangs on to it. Probably should have bullet passed that. I touch passed it. McCole is not T. Higgins. He is not 6'4". He is a 5'10" or 5'11" speed demon, and don't want to be making him climb the ladder too much, but he does make a good catch and picks up 32. Gonna send rookie Aries Hendricks in motion, and because we got Josh Allen over there, let's actually throw a double team block on Josh Allen. That is always a wise thing to do. I really want to get Dom, and Chad Muma was right there. Had he not been there, I think that Dom probably could have got some separation, but I don't like seeing Dom Fitzpatrick only average 1.1 yard per carry. That is not what he does. We know how well Dom has played, so I want this to be his bounce back game. 2nd and 9 here. We're coming out trip shotgun formation, and just going to give this thing to John Mechie, who has been a staple in this offense to start this campaign. Try a little inside zone out of the shotgun with Dom. That usually works pretty well, and Dom did not have the speed because he was brought down there by Foye Aluakon, but a pickup of 7, I will take that, most definitely. We didn't see too many of those last week, so we will go back to Dom here and maybe try to kick it outside. We are running away from Josh Allen, so that is most definitely helpful. We're going to ID up this good sir as the mic and see if Dom can just get the edge. If he can get the edge, pick up a nice gain of 5 or 6, I will be happy with that. If blocks can hold, they kind of do, but not really. But Dom already almost with the same amount of yards as he had last week, which is not a good thing. I guess it's good depending on how you look at it, if you're a glass half full person. So now 1st and 10, ball on the 17. Got to watch good old Mr. Allen here. No, we are not going to put the corner as the mic. That is not what we're going to do. Let's get a good lead block from fullback Aries Hendricks. Can we get that? No, we most certainly cannot. Thanks, Aries. All right, 2nd and 10 now. We're in a good spot, so let's just not do anything too crazy. Let's actually roll out with Sanders. Do we have Ronnie Ellerby? we had Ronnie Ellerby, but we almost had an interception there by Christian Fulton. I gotta settle down and be careful. I probably should have just scrambled there with Sanders. 3rd and 10 here. We're in a Tyler Bass field goal range, so just don't want to mess that up. And we got somebody wide open. Who is that? Is that Aries Hendricks, the rookie? And oh my God, he dropped it. Wow. Aries Hendricks, our rookie fullback. You are never gonna get a pass targeted to you again. Probably you're only playing because we have an injury to Bruce Joyner. And look at that, man. That was a great read, a great find. He had it. What happened? He has it right there. Does it get knocked out at the last minute? It sure does. And you know what, that might have actually been a fumble. I feel like he probably made a football move there, but nonetheless, I mean, when you're throwing to your fullback on a streak, I guess you can't really expect too much more, but it was a good pass. It was a good decision, not a good result. So Tyler Bass going to come in. We're going to have to settle for 3. That's what happens when you got guys hurt. Normally that would have been Ricky Seals-Jones in that spot. He's a little bit more sure-handed than a rookie fullback who we just picked up for blocking depth. All right, defense played good last time. Would have liked to reward them with more than just 3 points, but oh, heavy pressure. Oh my gosh, and we're lucky that wasn't PI. I sent the house at Trevor Lawrence there, and it almost got to him. I called a dime blitz out of single back formation, which is probably not the best thing to do. It almost proved to be a good decision, but Lawrence did throw it away. Lucky that wasn't pass interference. And now Lawrence is going to dump it to Robinson out of the flat, but he is drove backwards by Marcus Davenport for a loss of 1. Jags in another 3rd down situation. So liking the way that this defense is playing so far, Lawrence is going to send Zay Jones in motion. And hopefully our defense can just make one more good play. And wow, I tried to catch that with Greedy Williams, and he was just way out of position. Maybe I should have just played the ball on that one because Evan Ingram just caught a big pass. I thought I had good position. I even U-turned on him and moved him up a bit, and I guess Evan Ingram just taller and better, and that was unfortunate series of events. Travis Etienne subs into the game now. Lawrence going to come out in a 4 wide receiver spread from the shotgun, and it's going to be a delayed give to Etienne out of the draw, and Javon Hargrave was there to meet him for no gain. So the running game not really working too good for Jax here to start this out, and that's fine with me. I would love to make this team one-dimensional if possible, and defense just needs to stop them for 4 downs instead of just 2. So Lawrence now looking for a receiver. He's going to find one, James Robinson, but Greedy Williams sticks him out of bounds. Kind of a bland first quarter, but you know what? I'm okay with bland, because if it's bland, that means we're not getting our D's knocked in the dirt, which I am all for, and should probably be 7-0, easily could be. It's not though, so it's 3-0. So 3rd and 6 now. Lawrence is dropping back. He's looking for receivers. No one's home, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. So we are going to see rookie from Missouri, Richard Escobar, come out to try to tie this thing up. I like the way our defense is playing now, offense, although we've only gotten to see them for 1 possession, so I don't want to be too critical. We need to see them step up, and hopefully we can start to get some separation. Okay, what will possession number 2 yields? We're going to start out in the single back and give it to Don Fitzpatrick, who has a little bit of blockers, but Andre Sisco was there to meet us after only a gain of 4. Fitz is definitely running better than he did last week. That much is for sure. Now, is this a one-on-one Moss opportunity for newly named player Michael Blount Jr.? It very well might be. We're going to see. No, it's not. It is going to be an interception because I threw it right to Foye Aluakon. I tried to touch pass it. It never freaking works when I touch pass it. It's always a bullet pass. Let me show you guys my logic. That was not just a boneheaded play there. At least I don't think so. You be the judge of that. So we drop back. I didn't like the one-on-one coverage with Michael Blount. And there we see Ronnie Ellerby, the tight end. And in the real NFL, if we can just throw a lob pass over the head of Aluakon there, that's a good decision. Ellerby has space, but it's just a bullet pass. I really hope, and I know I'm not the only one that feels this way, the touch passing and the lob passing, I feel like it's semi-broken in Madden 23. With Madden 24 right around the corner, I really hope that changes, because I cannot tell you how often I just tap that button trying to do a touch pass. and it never, 94.2% of the time, it's a bullet pass. All right, no more dilly-dallying around. We're coming out PAX burst. It's time to get serious here. I'm not about to let us go down. Now, there's a touch pass. Okay, as I say that, now it's finally a touch pass. So that's a good one to a rookie from Alabama, Ronnie Ellerby. But I am not about to go out like this, guys. Playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, I always feel confident in our performance, and I'm not about to let that be ruined by some boneheaded plays by me or the CPU, whatever you want to call it. So 1st and 10 here, we're very close to midfield, and that is going to be Michael Blount Jr. Big hit there. Wow, surprised that he hung on to that, but hung on to that he did. And that was a pickup of 8 from Michael Blount Jr., the receiver formerly named, or the receiver formerly known as Melvin McLeod. I changed him to one of my subscribers based on a video challenge. There's Dom. Okay, very good there. Wrestled to the turf there by Deshaun Elliott, the safety. But Dom now 6 for 24, so he is averaging way more yards than he did last week. We're almost, or maybe we're on the outskirts of field goal range here, so we need to punch it in, though. No field goals. That is not what we're after. It's going to be Mechie. There we go. John Mechie, baby. Hold on to that pigskin. Andre Cisco met us, but now we are moving. Drive looking much better than last, and we are on the 15-yard line. Come out tight shotgun here. 1st and 10 from the 15. Gonna look to see if we can get this into the end zone. There's Ronnie Ellerby. He catches it for a gain of 6, which I can live with. I am not upset with that at all. I will take that result any day of the week and twice on Sunday, as they say. And it is Saturday as I record this. I know you guys wanted to know that. So 2nd and 4 here. Let's find our way into the end zone, please. It's McCole Damon Sanders with the precision pass. Thank you. That is the McCole Hardman we know and love. Very quick on those slants, and that is just what this Armadillos team needed to answer the dumb decision by me that transpired on the last drive. So good old Damon Sanders will stay even on his touchdown to interception ratio, but more importantly than the stats, we knock this thing up at 10-10, and that was huge because had we not scored there, Jacksonville would have probably had full momentum. My screen would have been shaken. I would have been mad. I probably would have launched a PS5 controller, maybe said some expletives. I don't know. But we're not going to have to worry about any of that stuff, at least not yet. Dime blitz time, dime blitz. We're drawing it up here. Hopefully that is not a bad decision by me. But now that Brandon Scherf went out of the game, I think that, well, okay, it was a good decision, but somehow Christian Kirk was open for just long enough. Trevor Lawrence starting out now 11 for 14 for 104 yards. He found that soft spot in the zone coverage, and I feel like quarterbacks never have any trouble doing that because the middle of the field always seems to be wide open no matter what I freaking do. So now 1st and 10, Jags almost in field goal range if they're not already. As it is, this time it's going to be a delayed give to Robinson, and Robert Quinn, the veteran, was right there to meet him. Robinson, 3 rushes for only 1 yard. His buddy Travis Etienne not doing too much better himself. Big 3rd down here. Big 3rd down. Armadillos, defense, we need you. And of course, Robinson gonna have his best run of the game on 3rd down, and we couldn't wrap him up, and now the Jags are 11 yards away from extending, or retaking, I should say, the lead. Ball's on the 11. Travis Etienne will be spelled in now again, and Lawrence coming out in the shotgun. Jalen Burnett got some pressure there initially, and it is going to be a catch from none other than Zay Jones, our best friend, and he must have 99 catching because that was a tough pass in a short window there, but Lawrence threaded the needle, and Jags about to go up 17-10. Remember at the beginning of the game when I said we needed to get some pressure because this Jags offensive line is not very good? Yeah, that hasn't happened. Newsflash, if you're just now tuning in and you skipped to this part of the video, no pressure has been had. We have no sacks. We are sackless. No interceptions. Defense played good the first couple drives, but I made a couple mistakes, and now we find ourselves down on the scoreboard. But we do get the ball back after halftime, so a good sustained drive here would be, man, I thought for a second there the Agnew was going to be able to kick it out. Haven't done anything on kick returns so far this season. That's going to continue. Don Fitzpatrick, though, with 7 touchdowns, so having a good sophomore campaign in his own right. Just need to have a big game in the yardage department here. That would be very nice indeed. So let's slow things down. Nice sustained drive. It's 1st and 10. We're in no rush. And Michael Blount Jr. is open, and he got wrestled down there by Mr. Muma for a gain of 7. Part of me wants to audible it, but we need to pick this up, so I can't be piddle dicking around, as they say. So let's just go pick this up. There's Khalid. Khalid, do you have the speed? Khalid does have the speed, and I kind of like Kramer. I kind of like Khalid Kramer. He's a good number 2 option to Dom Fitzpatrick, and more importantly, he keeps this drive going for us. Probably the last play here before the 2-minute warning, so let's make it a good one, shall we? There's John Mechie. There we go. John Mechie, man, he has just been so integral, such a key component of this offense. I really like his game. Very curious to see what he does in his real showing of action this upcoming NFL season. Obviously, he did not get any action last year. I really think he could be good for the Texans. I really think he's fast, good in the slot, good, playmaker type of guy. I really think he can be good. So here's Khalid Kramer, and tried to shake the Jags defender there, Trayvon Walker, but that was not happening. 2nd and 10 here, ball on the 40. Got to continue to drain some of this clock, and let's just go back to Mechie again. Why not? Mechie, John Mechie, please hold on to that ball. Do not hold it like you're carrying a loaf of bread out of Costco, please. I beg of you. John Mechie now 4 receptions for 61 yards, so he's playing great. And we got ourselves in a good prime opportunity here. If we can just not screw it up, that would be really great. I don't want to screw this up. I could easily screw it up, but let's put Dom Fitzpatrick in as an extra blocker. It's 1st and 10. We're going to come out slant game. Little slant action here. Never hurt anybody, but it's going to hurt me if I can't throw this away. And luckily I did. Now 2nd and 10 here. So I would really like to find a way to punch this in the end zone. Can I do it? Can Michael Blount Jr. maul somebody? He does. We threw it up for him. Michael Blount is a physical archetype type of receiver. He's tall, similar to T. Higgins. Of course, T. Higgins is not playing. I saw him get just the slightest bit of separation, and I figured, let's give him a chance. We almost got met in the backfield there. We did not, though, luckily, and that is absolutely huge. Michael Blount Jr., shout out to you, my friend, in the comments, one of my fellow subscribers here. Just tied this game up for us, 17-17, playing good. Damon Sanders looking really good. Rookie Michael Blount Jr., the player formerly known as Melvin McLeod, just had a big moss in the end zone for what I want to say is probably his first career touchdown. Not sure, but I think it is. And shout out to that. Here's what happened, guys. I did a video a couple weeks ago. I set a challenge. It's on my channel. Go check it out. It is the 99 overall player video. I said if I completed that challenge, I would name a player on the team after one of my subscribers in the comments. I won that challenge. I named it after a subscriber. I would like to do more things like that too. So if you guys have any ideas, especially with Madden 24 coming out, I'm going to be starting a new franchise when Madden 24 comes out. I would love to name some of the players on that franchise team after some of my subscribers. So make sure you leave some comments. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what you like about this channel, and I'll probably roll out something cool like that. All right, very key drive, the opening drive of the second half. We are tied 17-17. So scoring here is, while it's not a must, I feel like Lawrence and his Jags are kind of starting to figure it out in the passing game, so it's kind of a must. I would go out on a limb and say it is a must. We have to score here. So 1st and 10, we will test the waters with Mr. Fitzpatrick here. He's playing much better than he did last week. That much is for sure. Couldn't break Andre Sisco's tackle, but he did fall forward for a gain of 6, which is pretty good. I will take that. And let's actually go back to him. It's 2nd and 4 here. This is gonna be a fake end around to John Mechie, and we actually have some gaps there on the offensive line. So we're not going to be able to take advantage of any of those if someone doesn't want to put a body on Foye Oluokun. That was less than ideal, so now we are faced with a 3rd and 4, still manageable, but got to be careful, got to be smart. And it's Michael Blount Jr. again. How about the rookie? How about the rookie, number 9, making his presence felt in this game? He is definitely 4 receptions for 50 yards. He is I don't want to say the equivalent of T. Higgins, but He's the only other big body guy that we have. And this right here, this could be the Moss opportunity that we're looking for with Mecole Hardman if we can get some time. And definitely got to watch out for Josh Allen there. I'll tell you what, guys, we're going to give him a shot. We're going to give him a shot. Mecole Hardman with the one-handed grab. That is what I am talking about, with the one-handed grab from Mecole Hardman. I threw up a prayer, I did the rat catch, and he just beat Christian Fulton. Only had a couple steps on him, though, but Mecole Hardman is the burner. Southwest Mecole. He jets off of that line of scrimmage like a plane coming out of the terminal, and now we have 3 receptions for 89 yards. Now I feel very confident after that. That is just the spark that we needed. Oh my God. So double team, let's double team Josh Allen, because we are going back to Mr. Fitzpatrick here. Would love to get him his 8th touchdown on the season. Can we do it? No, because it was an instant block shed there by Samson Ebicon, the defensive end, and that was tough. Ooh, you know what? 3rd and 4, but this could be Ronnie Ellerby, because we're going to have a blitzer right there, the middle linebacker, and I think that, oh yeah, baby, it's Ellerby. It's Ronnie Ellerby. There we go. Rookies stepping up in this game. Michael Blount Jr., rookie, stepping up. Ronnie Ellerby, rookie from Alabama, stepping up. Thank God we have Ronnie Stanley, because he has that threat detector ability, and I was able to see that we were going to have some pressure there instantly. Good decision. Good drive, good result. That is how you want to put the pressure on Doug Peterson and these Jags. And now if our defense can have a turnover or something like that, that would completely change the tide of this game. 6 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. Ball is on the 38-yard line. Trevor Lawrence coming out single back. It's going to be a fake, though. And middle of the field again. There's Zay Jones. Yeah. Why don't you just set up shop there, pitch a tent, light a campfire, read some good old ghost stories, and just have yourself a time in the middle of the field? I'm just going to have to usurp a man there every time. Alan Schmidt, our 2-year now linebacker, almost actually got to Lawrence there. But, I mean, I feel like no matter what I do, even if I do usurp a man in the middle of that field, I feel like it just doesn't matter. This is going to be a wham. This is a wham. Single back wham. Single back wham. There's Alan Schmidt. Robinson trying to get away. Almost does for a moment, but Akeem Davis-Gaither wraps him up there for a no gain. And now Lawrence is actually going to stay in single back, but it's a 3 wide receiver set. So you got to figure that it is still going to be a pass, but if it's not, I wouldn't be mad at that. It's not a pass. Lawrence looking, and oh, thank you, Madden gods. I was just about to complain about the middle of the field there, but Evan Engram bobbled it, and you know what? That's what I'm saying, man. That, like, we're running with a linebacker. Okay, I realized we have a linebacker, Denzel Perryman, never going to be able to keep up with Evan Engram, but I had zone coverage called there in the middle of the field, and there was just nobody there in the middle of the field. Evan Engram should have caught that, and we just dodged a bullet. So I guess actually, okay, I was in man that time. That's my bad.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
I meant to come out in zone, but I guess I pressed the wrong button. So I guess that makes a little more sense. But I'm okay with Richard Escobar coming out here and kicking up. And he's going to miss it. The rookie missing it under the big lights. That wasn't even a super long kick either. Richard Escobar. Pressure was too great, and we definitely dodged a bullet there. Now we're given a new lease on life here and chance to really open this thing up. So 1st and 10 here. We're going to come out with a little play action. Got Jamal Agnew in the game too. Don't see that too much these days. John Mechie's open. John Mechie's open. He's fast. He's fast. Going out of bounds. Not going to risk a fumble type of situation. And just like that, we're almost back in the red zone again. 1st and 10 here. We're going to flip this play because I do not really want to run it towards the side of one Josh Allen. Not that anybody would want to do that. He is an X factor in this game. And just looking to get something going with Fitz here. Can we get a block? No, the blocking logic is so dumb, man. We had our guard there, or tight end or somebody. Look, I'm sorry. I hate to keep going back to the replay, but here is our right tackle. I think Jawan Taylor's probably in there. He is. And of course, we know the play. You know, we know where Fitz is running. And instead of, he goes to engage there. And, well, I guess it would actually be Aries. Aries Hendricks sucks. It's the fullback. Why would you go here on a lead block when you know the run is supposed to go here and you have to get Foye Aluakon there? Watch where Aries Hendricks goes. Oh yeah, let's just go behind Williams. Let's go behind Williams and just let Dom run unprotected. All we needed was one block there, and Dom could have had this part of the field and picked up a gain of about 7 or 8. You know, we're in field goal range here, but we have another blitzer, so this could be McCole Hardman. I'll tell you what, let's also put Dom Fitzpatrick on a wheel. I kind of like the sound of that. This could be McCole Hardman or maybe Ellerby. It's McCole all day, baby, but we were 2 yards short because Campbell somehow got us there and tracked us down. So, you know, yeah, okay. I think that we're going to have to kick the field goal with Tyler Bass. Not going to leave any points up on the board. So let me be quiet here so I don't miss this, because you guys know I have been known to do that in the past, and I wasn't even quiet, but Tyler Bass going to kick it through. So going up 10, much better than something terrible happening. And now it's a 2-score game. So I think that was the smart move. All right, Lawrence in the spread shotgun formation here. So it's going to be, oh, Evan Ingram, what are you doing, brother? You're dropping balls now. Not that I care. You can drop as many balls as you want to, but you're really kind of costing your team, because that is 2 brain dead drops on your end, my friend. So now 2nd and 10. Okay, you don't see that too often. Gonna be a give to Robinson, and we have Alan Schmidt and buddies there. And now we see Derek Rivers go down, which, I mean, it's Derek Rivers, so whatever. We don't have too much depth on that defensive line, so I don't really know who's gonna step in now and take the place of Derek Rivers. But Robert Quinn gets to come back, and we're definitely not bringing in Austin Larkin. That much is for sure. You know, got to watch that middle of the field, so I guess I'm going to use Sir Marcus Davenport, even though he is not a coverage guy. And Greedy Williams just got mossed, and Robert Quinn's hurt again. I said at the beginning of the game that Greedy was playing at a Pro Bowl type of level, and I think he is. He's gotten owned on a couple plays, though, this game, and that one to Zay Jones would definitely qualify as a own. And now the Jags come back to within 3. Okay, got a good old-fashioned barn burner going here, as we're pretty even in terms of yardage. Only up by 3, though, so a slim margin. And we're driving, though. We're moving. We're putting something pretty good together. And, you know, I feel confident about this game. And I really should. Yeah, I'm going to do this, man. I'm going to do this. Let's put Michael Blount Jr. on a drag in case we need him. But Hardman or Mechie, one of those 2 guys could get open, and it's Mechie all day, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Just go down. Just go down, because a fumble would be absolutely just terrible. We don't want that to happen. Damon Sanders now playing really good. 3 touchdowns, so that touchdown to interception ratio is now improving. Now I feel like we are in the driver's seat. We are moving and grooving, as they say. So 1st and 10 here. This could be, we got some guys there in the A gaps. We'll see what they do. There's Khalid, and Devon Hamilton got off his block and shut that thing down for no gain. All right, 2nd and 10 here. Got to find the end zone here. Very crucial that we do so. And I don't like anything somehow. Ronnie Ellerby caught that. Damon Sanders upset about something. Probably thought that he got hit there in the backfield. He almost, I mean, he did. Okay, that was, yeah, in today's NFL, that would have been rushing by Josh Allen. Not going to be the case in Madden, and now we're faced with a 3rd down. All right, man, 3rd and 5. We have a blitzer, so we could have Mechie or Hardman here if the blitzer is there. What did I just do? There's a flag. Could that be rushing? Could that be roughing the passer? Give me a Christmas present. It is! Yes! Ho, ho, freaking ho. Santa Claus just came down the chimney here at CTS, and I didn't even see who that was. You guys tell me. I missed it. I was too busy fist bumping. Oh, my God. Roughing the passer. Yes, thank you. Something finally goes my way. That doesn't happen too often, but now just got to make the most of it and pay this thing off. Dom Fitzpatrick now 16 rushes for 48 yards, so not looking too great. All right, we need this. We need this, guys. Come on, 3rd and goal, 9 yards to go until the promised land. Can we get there with John Mechie? He did try to cut it back, and he's so close. He's on the 1-yard line, and we have to go for this. We have to. John Mechie, 7 receptions for 131 yards, by the way. They want us to kick a field goal. That is not happening. It is going to be inside. We're at least going to see what this coverage looks like, okay? We're at least going to see what this, or do I go with the stick? Do I go with the stick? No. I think inside zone could be the move. Actually, no. Inside zone will not be the move. Let me call a timeout and get out of this. It's got to be Y stick. It's got to be Y stick. We got to trust that McCole Hardman can get this here. Oh, he's so open. He's so open. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. That is what we needed. McCole Hardman now, 2nd touchdown, yes, if memory serves. 2nd touchdown. I think that was smart. Maybe I could have got it on the inside zone with Fitz. I didn't like what the defense was showing me. I audibled out of it, went to trusty old wide stick, and now we are up 10 again. So putting the pressure on Doug Peterson and these Duval Jaguars. That was huge, guys. That was huge. 34 points. Love to see that on the scoreboard. A mere 7 minutes separates us and these Armadillos from our 4th win of the season. So let's do it. Nothing to it but to do it. I'm on my Nike stuff right now. Jason Burrell. There's Marcus Davenport hopping around, hopping on down the bunny trail here in CTS, and that's not good. He's also been injured a couple times himself. All right, let's pinch the line here. I want to try to get some pressure on Trevor Lawrence. Probably not going to happen because it never does. And there's Evan Ingram wrestled down there by multiple Armadillos. But what's a guy got to do to get some coverage in the middle of the field? I don't know. Maybe we'll drop our guys back a little bit. Ball and air defense. Let's play ball. And we'll drop our flats, our curl flats, and our hooks back by 5 yards. Not sure if that will do anything or not. And let's also come out in the dime blitz. Trusty dime blitz. You know I love my dime blitzes here. 5 minutes, 6 minutes to go roughly until the end of the game. Just got to hold on for a little bit longer and maybe get an interception. Okay, not an interception, but I can live with Keegan McGriff swatting that away. And Marcus Davenport not going to return. So that one is a little tough. All right, 2nd and 10 here. Lawrence coming out of single back, but it is going to be a passing situation. And there's the sack. Javon Hargrave, thank you. 1st sack of the afternoon. Came at a big time, too. We really needed that, and that is going to put Doug Peterson and his Jags in a less than desirable 3rd and 15. So let's just pin our ears back. Let's get to this quarterback. Let's get these Jags off of the field. And let's do it. Nothing to it but to do it, right? We just got to make it happen. And Lawrence with a bad pass. It's batted out of bounds. And now the Jags, they have to go for it. 4th and 15 from the 42, our 42. They have to do it. So let's just not get beat over top. As long as we don't get beat over top, I think that we can get them off of the field. I really do. I feel good about it. Lawrence stepping up. Somebody get to him. And you don't want to slide, my brother. When it's 4th and 15, you run like you're being chased by the cops. You hope for the best, but first football 101, you don't slide on 4th and 15. And I think that we can just about, I think I can confidently say that we can just about put a bow on this thing. Never like to say that too early, but I mean, it's going to take a lot for the Jags, and especially when you got Fitzpatrick starting to get it going. He does get it going. He seems to get it going a lot towards the end of the game. One of those get stronger the longer you run it type of guys. And now we are just in cruise control, ladies and gentlemen. Chugga, chugga, chew, freaking chew. Let's bring the Dom train in. And, oh, no, train got derailed on that one as that was almost could have been disastrous if Folo Fadakasi would have forced a fumble or something back there. Luckily, we don't have to worry about it, but that was not a good result. All right, going to try the outside run again. I'm bound and determined if we could get a good block. There we go, baby. There's Dom. Yes, I don't know if the blocking is getting better or if the defense is starting to get worn out, but Dom now at 81 yards. So I would say that this does qualify as a bounce back game for him. with that, we're just going to take it right down to the 2-minute warning. And if you think this is anything other than an inside zone to Dom, you must be smoking some kind of rocks. And I guess Chad Muma, he must be smoking some kind of rocks too, because he just shot back into that backfield like a cannon. All right, Dom, just don't. Oh, Dom might actually score. Dom scores. He does score. The blocking was amazing. Oh, wow. I was just trying to do something conservative and not fumble the ball, but the blocking really showed up there. Someone said a nice one there on Andre Cisco, and Dom gets very close to 100 yards and finds the end zone. If, hey, you know what? If anything, he needed that for morale after what happened last week, and I would say Dom Fitzpatrick bouncing back, Damon Sanders bouncing back, our rookies are showing up, our vets like John Mechie and McCall, everybody's playing good. 41-24. This is the opposite. Last week we played great in the first half. Second half we collapsed. This week we played, not bad in the first half, but I would say not terribly good. Second half we just exploded onto the scene, and I am just ecstatic right now. That's going to be GG Armadillos. 41-31 victory for your Austin Armadillos. Traquan Smith did score a little Mickey Mouse touchdown because we were just sitting in man deep coverage or whatever. So it's going to make the Jags scoreboard look a little worse for our defense. But man, oh man, talk about firing on all cylinders. Passing game was great. Rookies looked great. Running game looked a lot better. We had that one interception, the only blemish on our record, but I will take that because Damon Sanders, I believe, had 4 TDs. And if that's the case, a 4-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, that's what good quarterbacks have. So let's take a look at the stats here. 41 points too. Wow. Offensive explosion. So yeah, Damon Sanders, 24 for 30, 80% completion rate, 355 yards. Trevor Lawrence also played great too, might I add. We had 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Lawrence had 3-0. So both quarterbacks did their thing today. Rushing, hey, how about that? With the garbage time that I didn't show you, Dom actually did go over the century mark and found the end zone one time as well. So good to see my man back over 100. James Robinson and Travis Etienne virtually did nothing. Here's where it's crazy. So actually Evan Ingram had the most catches of the game, 8 for 125, but John Mechie had 7 for 131. McCole Hardman had 6 for 116 and 2 touchdowns. That's great. Ronnie Ellerby, 5 for 52. And then rookie Michael Blount Jr., 4 for 50, 1 touchdown. But he had that absolute moss in the end zone that will probably end up being the thumbnail. 1 pick for Foye Oluokun and 1 sack for Javon Hargrave. So I wouldn't really constitute that as getting a lot of pressure in the backfield. But 1 is better than none. That's the age-old saying, and any math whiz will tell you that. So, man, after last week's loss to Indy, we get a couple upgrades, too, to some key guys. So, Damon Sanders, first and foremost. Yes, we're going to go, let's see, improviser. We get throw under pressure, deep accuracy. Probably we'll go with that. Break sack, run. Yeah, I think improviser is probably the move here. That does get him up to a true 75. Wish he had a dev trait. That'd be awesome. He gets +2 to throw on run, +2 to throw under pressure, and we do throw on the run quite often. Ronnie Ellerby, the rookie, he's hidden dev. Gotta figure, actually with a tight end of his caliber, we'll go possession, get him closer to the scheme fit. He will also go to 75. Good chance he's superstar. Tight ends, you find lots of superstars, maybe even X Factor, who knows? You find lots of those, and we'll probably actually reveal his dev trait here in a couple weeks. All right, well, that's what I'm talking about. We advanced to 4-2 on the season. Depending on what Tennessee does this week, we could be tied for that first place division or first place spot in the AFC South. So that was a great one, guys. Lots of offense. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Next week against the Buffalo Bills. Don't think we've played them yet, and I've kind of been happy about that because you never want to play Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, assuming that they still got all those guys, which I'm sure they do. It's going to be a tough one. So that's going to do it for me tonight, guys. As always, I appreciate you stopping by. I will catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.